Winter is definitely on its way, and if you're a dog owner, you know exactly what that means. You start worrying, is my best friend warm enough? So today, we're going to put together the ultimate guide to make sure your dog has a truly safe and, yeah, a super cozy winter.
It seems like a simple question, right? But it's one we all ask ourselves the second that cold snap hits. I mean, while we're bundling up in our coats and scarves, what about them? Let's break down everything you need to know to keep them safe, warm, and happy all season long.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The first and honestly the most crucial point is that winter care is super personal. There is no single solution for every dog out there. It all starts with really understanding their specific individual needs.
Now, what's so interesting here is the natural advantage some breeds have. You've got your Huskies and St. Bernards. I mean, these guys are literally built for this stuff. They have these thick double coats that are basically nature's perfect insulation. But then you look at the other side. Smaller dogs, breeds with short hair, they just don't have that built-in protection. They're the ones who are really going to need our help.
But it's not just about the breed, not at all. You have to think about these other critical factors too. Age is a huge one. Both puppies and senior dogs, they have a much harder time regulating their body temperature. The same goes for dogs with certain health issues. And then there's just plain old physics to consider. Smaller dogs lose body heat way faster than bigger dogs.
So once you've figured out your dog's individual needs, it is time to think about their winter wardrobe. And yes, for a lot of dogs, this is absolutely essential. We're not just talking about a fashion statement here.
This is the question, isn't it? The one that sends us all down that endless online shopping rabbit hole. You see coats, sweaters, boots, but what's the real difference? And what does your dog truly need? Let's break it down.
Okay, think of the coat as their heavy-duty winter parka. This is what you break out for those really cold, windy, or snowy days. It's your dog's #1 defense against the harsh elements when you're out on a walk or just playing in the yard.
Now, the sweater, on the other hand, is a bit more versatile. It's perfect for those crisp, chilly days that aren't brutally cold. It's also a fantastic option for short-haired dogs who might get a little drafty, even when they're just lounging around inside the house.
And we cannot forget about their paws. Look, boots are not just about the cold. They are a crucial shield, protecting those sensitive paw pads from sharp ice, rock salt, and all those chemical de-icers on the sidewalks that can cause some serious irritation and even burns. All right, so we've got them geared up for the outdoors, but what about inside? Creating a warm indoor space is about way more than just comfort. It's about tapping into your dog's deep-seated natural instincts.
It's called the nesting instinct. Every single dog has this innate drive to find and create a safe, secure, warm spot to rest. So when we help them do this, we're actually fulfilling a really fundamental need that makes them feel secure and happy. So how do you build this perfect little winter sanctuary? It's actually way simpler than you might think. First, and this is a big one, pick a spot for their bed that's away from drafty windows and doors. Next, elevate that bed. Seriously, even just a few inches off a cold floor makes a huge difference. Then, pile on the extra blankets so they have something cozy to burrow into. And for dogs that get especially cold, a pet-safe heated pad can be a total game changer.
Okay, let's shift gears now and talk about some critical wellness and safety topics that are especially important during the winter. Because it's about a lot more than just staying warm.
A consistent paw care routine in the winter is it's non-negotiable. So, before you head out, a pet-safe paw balm can create a nice protective barrier. And then, as soon as you get back inside, wipe their paws with a warm cloth to get all that salt and ice off. It's also the perfect time to check between their toes for any of those painful little ice balls and just inspect their pads for cracks. So this right here is a point that surprises a lot of people. We all connect dehydration with hot summer days, right? But the dry winter air, both outside and inside from our heaters, means staying hydrated is just as important right now.
So how do we fight this? Well, the obvious one is to make sure fresh, unfrozen water is always available. A heated bowl is a lifesaver for outdoor pups. And here's a little pro tip. Try offering lukewarm water. Sometimes it's way more enticing when it's cold out. And don't forget about the air inside your house. A humidifier can work wonders against that dry furnace air, which helps them stay hydrated too.
Okay, I really need your full attention for this next one. This is a serious safety alert that every single pet owner needs to be aware of during the winter months.
Antifreeze is incredibly toxic and can be deadly to dogs, even in the smallest amounts. Please, make sure any containers you have are sealed tight. and stored securely where they absolutely cannot get to them. And if you have any spills in your garage or driveway, clean them up immediately and thoroughly.
Finally, let's talk about mental health. You know, shorter days and colder weather often mean less time outside, which can lead to boredom and a serious case of the winter blues for our dogs.
So on one hand, you've got the reality of limited outdoor fun. Shorter walks are just a necessity in bad weather. And that makes the other side of this, essential indoor engagement, absolutely critical. Keeping their minds busy helps prevent that boredom and all the problem behaviors like chewing or barking that can come with it.
And you know, keeping them engaged doesn't have to be complicated. Puzzle toys are fantastic for getting their brains working. Scent games, where you just hide some treats around the house, let them use that powerful nose, and really taps into their natural instincts. Even a quick 5-minute training session is a great mental workout. And here's a super simple trick. Just rotate their toys every few days. It keeps everything feeling new and exciting for them.
So, after all this, what's the most important thing to remember? Well, the key takeaway is that being proactive is everything. By anticipating your dog's needs, from the right gear to a cozy bed to keeping their mind busy, you're really setting them up for a fantastic winter.
And that brings us to a final thought. Looking at everything we've covered, what is one new thing you're going to do this week to make your dog's winter den just a little bit cozier? Whether it's an extra blanket or a new puzzle toy, trust me, every little bit makes a difference.